I'm not going to be able to be on here for too long. I managed to misplace the cable for my webcam, so it's currently not showing, which is awesome. And I can't quite get it to here. Let's see. Maybe I can. Oh, thank God. Okay, that is a lot better. And okay. Let's figure out where this goes. Anyway, it'd be greater if this was actually also up on the YouTube, but it's not, so there. Okay. Technology is so much fun out here. Anyway, I'm only going to have about... Let me see here. Where's the timer thing? Okay, there we go. Now, if only this thing actually had a working zoom and not a hypothetical, I wish there was one. Go away, Razer pop-up screen. Great job with the window too. Okay. I think, unfortunately, this bird nest may have been abandoned by my first attempt at cleaning. Sorry. Any which way, maybe we can actually expand on this a bit. If I had places to put things where they won't roll away. So yeah, these are more screws. I just kind of rolled them all together, but these are more of the fasteners for expanding. This threadboard wall, I need to get this down. I saw some nicer ones that are a bit more consistent, well, more compact than this for the band saws that are still stored here. I'm going to try to work on that. Go. Okay, then I'll try and get this working where all the connections work properly next time. Yay for DeWalt. And I've got some cool projects focused around this one in the future too. Alrighty, first things first. I've got a nice big fan for in here once the heat really starts to kick in. Okay, let me pull you a little bit closer. Again, wishing this thing had a zoom, but it does not. Okay, so some of these need to be screwed in. Others, like these guys, showcase a lot of useful little bits. Once I get all these bits and pieces together. Now, the other thing is put these guys in. These actually, since it's going to be so big, I'm actually trying to kind of space out in certain columns. Okay, since I'm not clean, I'm going to take these off today. At least I'm not going to be cleaning right this minute. Right now, we're doing the 3D printing stuff. Like this so I can get these more consistent, more evenly together. Okay, here we go. Okay, and one of the useful things that you can do with that is make those. Okay, that head was way too. Okay, that head was a lot bigger than I thought it was, so this spot will be tricky. I may have to hand screw them in from here. Because my little one broke working on the 3D with working on the recording room. Okay. Now then. Most of these are just these guys going in and these. Okay, did not expect that. Excellent. Do this. And this is actually interesting because Breadboard doesn't provide this. They provide this. But this I find is great for edges, like there. Whereas just use the slicer to cut it in half for the edge pieces. But let us do this. This will help hold these weird pieces together since it's not a perfect setup. tight to... Oh, that may have been just too tight. Don't want to crack the PLA. Which is very, very easy to do. And this will put in place while so it should help distribute the weight a bit better. Okay, that went too far. That is helpful when I have these pre-drilled. There we go. Okay. A few there. All right. Let me see if I got two more. Let me try that. Okay. I have a feeling that the answer to that question is yes, in the house. Which is not where this is going. So, let's see what I can do with this. This is like plywood, and I think some of this may be particle board or something. My grandfather definitely knew how to ramshackle some sturdy stuff. Good Lord. Yep, that'll do it. Good Lord. Holy shit, how far in is this thing? Yeah, sorry for any content issues with that exclamation. Good grief. Thick are these nails? Good could have supported a whole hell of a lot more than just that hammer and just the bandsaw blades. Good grief. Okay. At least on the flip side, that's out of the way for this part. Because I can't do too much past this lower level. Just because everything is in the way. I could try and get it. Yeah, I'll have to work it around. This bit here. Once I can. In the meantime, we can make it go just barely higher. I've got to position it back where it's not in my way. Which is increasingly harder to do. One second. Of course, that also depends on how you set up the base of your tripod. Oh, what a thunk. It might be interesting to see if I can get this to be a lot like the other ones here. Like, there's definitely not enough room to put anything cool like my helmet that I've printed, but there's enough that I could at least use the underside to create some fun shelf space. I kind of put some hanging attachments there. I've seen some for like the DeWalt's where you can print out the sliders and have them hanging upside down. That is for another project. I've got to do some maintenance on the printer again. Otherwise, I'd have some interesting stuff for the big board in today. Then I'll port this over to YouTube because the streaming thing does not want to work today. Or last week either, which is always fun. That's where these little sliver ones work best. Next, I only have a few pieces of the need to print out more threadboard eventually. Not sure I want to take it. I may leave it here for now. At least until I get this cleared up. I can always add more in later, but I think this is a good height to start with. So, let's do the edges with this. Many neat things about this whole system, though I have to pay to get access to more of the interesting bits. I may do that later. Is I can change it up as needs be. Nana. Okay, let me get some more pieces from here. Okay, so we printed way more than enough for this time. Something a little bit different with this one. So I don't think this one wants to sit very well. So I'll alternate this up just a smidge. It's trying to move too far off the. Yeah. Okay. Gonna mix it up a bit. You can't really see it, but it's coming off the board, off the wall more than I want it to. I want this to try and remain as flush as possible. Okay, that's better. And then just because it seems to be this one piece, I'm going to do it on this end as well. And that may just be where this particular part of the wood is. Can I? No, that's not how we do this. For some reason it wants to keep turning. Oh, I don't think so. You are going in. That is so much better. Good, good, good. Okay, and then I was actually already going to go ahead and secure this one piece here. This. For that same kind of purpose. It's unfortunate. That's going to be a bit tricky. To be able to get this in with the gap. And while thinking about it, Yeah, I made this little guy from their set and airbrushed it. I'm gonna figure out how to get my airbrushing thing to work properly, and I'm still learning. That is half the point of this channel, is learning. Learning. There. So good. Okay. Okay, gonna have to shorten this up. Ran over time with other things, so this is fun. Okay. Let's see. Really should have just brought the screw heads for the drill. That would have been the smarter move, Jeb. No, hadn't thought of that. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Whew. All right then. Okay.
may actually need to print out more of the mounting ones than I realized. I don't think I have enough to finish all this.
Well, it's not entirely finished period, but still.
Okay.
Go ahead and just kind of try and tidy this up by putting the base pieces in.
And then just actually print enough of these for once. Okay, let's see.
See if I have no room to thread there. No, good. I do.
Okay. Throw these in. Okay, yeah, that was the last of the pegboard parts that I had. Okay, I mean the threadboard parts, pegboards on the other wall. Okie dokie doke. That's better. if you can hear them, but I do have some birds outside somewhere. See, it's one of the other nice aspects of this particular spot. I can get it just right. I get the nice bird music, or nature music, and amazing spot to make some amazing things. And in time, you will just show it off to all of you. All right. How many more do I have? Last time I did this, I actually didn't have enough of these left. I ran out of bolts before I ran out of boards. Okay. It's there. Looks like I won't have to make edges for a while though. I've got way too many of them. Okay. Oh shit, that broke it. No. Actually, might have another interesting project idea to work with here, but that's for another time. Okay, what else needs a screw in it? Let me try and fill some gaps on the side to hold this wall in better. Some of the plywood does not seem to be properly secured. Okay. No. And this one I can't do because it's right behind the monitor for now. I'll do that probably later. Shit.
see here. That actually looks to be about it for today. Hopefully I can get the internet to work properly next time, and all the streaming stuff to work properly next time, and not have a telehealth appointment go over. Other than that, it's coming along. I have some other cooler ideas for next week that I hope to throw in, but for right now, that's pretty much going to be it. Hopefully the same time next weekish. Bye.